Nobody understood why the richest Muslim family in the city stopped smiling. They had the mansion, the cars, the fame, but inside their home, something terrifying had disappeared. And nobody noticed it until Allah tested them. Omar Rahman built an empire from nothing. People admired him. They called him successful. But years passed, and Salah slowly disappeared from his life, then from his wife's life, then from his children's lives. Their home became rich in money, but poor in barakah. One night, Omar's elderly father looked at him with tears in his eyes. He said softly, "My son, wealth is not dangerous. Forgetting Allah is." But Omar only smiled politely and returned to work. The adhan echoed through the city before sunrise, but inside the Rahman mansion, nobody woke up. The prayer mats remained untouched, and Shaitan smiled quietly. A poor Muslim delivery driver arrived at their mansion soaking wet from the rain. Yet, before leaving, he paused everything, spread a small prayer mat, and prayed Maghrib beside the gate. Yusuf watched silently from the balcony. For the first time in years, Yusuf asked himself a painful question. Why does that poor man look more peaceful than us? 3 weeks later, Omar lost everything. A trusted business partner disappeared with millions of dollars. Stocks crashed. Debt surrounded him overnight. The mansion that once echoed with laughter now echoed with arguments. Sheikh Abdullah raised his trembling hands toward the sky and whispered, "Ya Allah, guide this family back before it is too late." Then came the test that broke everyone's heart. Little Maryam suddenly became seriously ill. Umar sat alone in the hospital corridor, realizing something terrifying. For years, he taught his children how to become rich, but never taught them how to become close to Allah. That night, Umar made sujood for the first time in years, and he cried harder than he ever had in his life, not for reputation, only for Allah. The next morning, for the first time in years, the entire family prayed Fajr together. Umar began feeding poor families quietly at night, not for reputation, only for Allah. Yusuf deleted the distractions consuming his life and started opening the Quran every night. Days later, Maryam finally smiled again, and for the first time, the mansion felt alive. Omar returned to the masjid with tears in his eyes, the same masjid he abandoned years ago. Sheikh Abdullah smiled gently and told his son, "Now your home is finally rich again." Sometimes Allah removes dunya from our hands so we can place our hearts back in His hands. If this story touched your heart, remember Allah before hardship forces you to remember Him. Pray your Salah, value your family, help the poor, and never let dunya make you forget your Creator. Subscribe for more emotional Islamic stories that strengthen the heart and bring us closer to Allah.